Question number 3, Fulton McGregor.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. To ask the Scottish Government how proposed UK immigration rule changes will potentially affect overseas workers in the agricultural sector in Scotland, in light of the recent letter from the Scotland and Food and Drink and Industry Partners to the Home Secretary.
Cabinet Secretary.
The UK Government's arbitrary decision to reduce net migration is ultimately really short-sighted, and it will dramatically constrain Scottish employers' ability to recruit the skills that they need from overseas. Migrant workers, of course, play a hugely vital role across the breadth of our economy, including the food and drink industry, and these changes could cause irreparable damage to the food supply chain, as well as the wider sustainability of our rural economy. Only independence would give Scotland the opportunity to devise a humane, principled approach to migration that's needs-based and delivers the positive outcomes for our communities, our public services and for our economy.
Fulton McGregor.
I thank the Cabinet Secretary for that response. As the newly published Addressing Depopulation Plan indicates, the lack of people and the lack of powers to be able to attract people to come and live and work in rural, as well as urban areas like my own constituency, is an urgent one. Can I ask the Cabinet Secretary what the Scottish Government's understanding is on whether the Labour Party's policy intends in giving Scotland control over migration powers?
And the Cabinet Secretary, matters within the Cabinet Secretary's jurisdiction. Thank you.
Well, I would just want to say I think it's important to highlight that we had recently published our Addressing Depopulation Action Plan, which had just taken place last week. And that ultimately sets out our strategic approach to managing what is a very complex challenge. And that's about including supporting communities to be sustainable now, as well as into the future through talent attraction and migration. Also this year, we're going to be launching a talent attraction and migration service, which is then going to enable employers to use the immigration system effectively and efficiently to help meet the labour and skills needs that we know we have, as well as for people to access good quality information to help them move to Scotland and settle in our communities too. I do wish, though, that we had Labour's support for our efforts here, but I think, as we all know, just like the current Tory Westminster Government, Labour doesn't support fully devolving migration powers to Scotland, preventing us from developing policy that better meets Scotland's needs and interests, and only independence will give us the powers we need to do that.